And if you really have to see me, you need to see me and the lights. You have watched Tare Zameen Par?
Yes.
I really cried. How many of you here can recollect crying while watching a movie? How many of you can think about that a story? Oh, you cried? So nice. Okay, that question for you as well. How many of you here do you think can recollect the story was told to you when you were a kid by your mom or dad? Most of us. Can you be able to think about the thing that you learned, about calculating the volume and diameter of that solid sphere? Yes. I don't want to ask you about the question because you know it very well that we connect ourselves to emotions and stories. This is what my daughter thinks. I spend my time teaching to her, and she enjoys spending time. I asked her, what is it that you like most about a teacher? Someone like you, chill. Well, that's a profound meaning I got from her. Now, if I present you two things, a same size, a volume of sandstone imagine it's there in my left hand, and same size and volume of a marble in my right hand. Obviously, if I ask you to select one, which one you are going to take? Marble. Sandstone? Marble. If I ask you the reason, I'm sure you're going to tell me the market value, the rate, or the aesthetics. Very reason why you choose marble is it's better than the sandstone, isn't it? Yeah. When you are teaching kids, we have to understand where they come from. They may be marbles, sandstones, or granites. If you know how you have to spend time in carving, then you will be able to get value out of that stuff. Now, I will keep the marble the way it is and invest my time in carving this sandstone and make a beautiful statue out of it. Now I present you this sandstone, which is a beautiful statue, and a marble the way it is. Now, which one do you think you are going to opt for? Now, you have to understand, when you are teaching kids, they come from different background, different economical or different situation. You have to put your efforts in such a way that you need to get what you have to from there. Now, when you see this picture, what comes to your mind?
Classroom.
A classroom, a teacher who's teaching what she has learned. She's actually downloading the information from the textbook on a blackboard. When you are teaching someone by showing your back, do you think people will pay attention to?
No.
Now, what do you think we have to do? Now, you need to understand kids require a different approach when we are teaching them. Imagine if kid wants to know why the fan is rotating. What will be the answer? The conventional way, I know it's pretty easy to say, you have to switch on and the electricity will flow, and there are certain things that help the motor to rotate, and that's why the fan is, and you will get air. But instead, you have to kindle the curiosity from the child. Ask her instead, why do you think that fan is rotating? Now, she may try to say things. Maybe it's rotating because get into her wavelength. The reason is kids have different perspective of learning. Now, if I ask you this question, you all know the simple mathematics, do you?
Yes.
Think about a number which starts from 1 to 9. Any number.
7.
Think about it and you don't have to tell it to me. Now multiply that number by 9. You might have got 2 digits number? Okay, if you have got 1-digit number, keep that digit the way it is. If it is 2-digit number, add these 2 digits. You got some number? Now, subtract that number by 5. You have a number in your mind, right? Now, if it is 1, choose a corresponding alphabet, like A. If it is 2, B. Likewise. What alphabet you have, keep it in your mind. You don't have to say it to me. Now, think about a country that starts from that alphabet. You have the last letter of that country. Think about an animal. You have an animal, the last letter of that animal. Think about a fruit. Great. Now, I would like to ask you this question. What do you think a kangaroo is doing in Denmark? Is it eating orange?
Yeah.
Now, this is, I'm sure, you may be wondering, like, how did I got this answer? I put my hands into your mind to get it. It's simple math. But that's a conventional learning. Now, what stands for A? Apple. Now you are smart, because you got to know what is expected out of you. I have not heard many of you saying it stands for apple. But now, there is a structured way that we were taught, and today if we ask you to think things, you think things from the structured learning which you have got. And I would rather say this is training. And when we teach, I guess we are just training. And there is a huge, huge difference between training and learning. I guess you know what is learning and what is training. You can train even animals. But only human is called as human beings. Since they are human beings, they can become whatever they want to be. And you have to actually teach them. How do you teach them? Okay, I guess if you have to teach them, we have to change from teacher-centric to a student-centric approach. How do you do that? If you can see this giant mammoth and people who are hunting for it, what do you think actually they are doing? Let me take you back many million years ago when hominoids wanted to survive, but they thought they have to survive. The only way that they can do is because they're so weak that they need to work together. There are 5 C's that you can see here. One is the choice. Your output of your choice. I guess you agree with that. Now you need to make the kids understand what are their choices. What is it that they need? Are you teaching them what you have in you, or are you teaching things from their perspective? The choice here is to survive. And second one is, if you have to survive, second C is collaborate. You need to come together. Only then I guess you will be able to survive. And third thing is communicate. Do you see that C here? And fourth is critical thinking. And fifth is creativity. Now my question to you is, to survive, right from a million years before when your hominoid walked on the ice age to hunt mammoth, and today, what do you think is most important thing between these two? Being street smart or being book smart?
Street smart.
Street smart is the way you see as a non-technical or a soft skills, and book smart is your IQ. I strongly believe we have to have the balance between these two if we need to survive in this world. The reason why I'm trying to say here is, if I give you a faintest of a thought, if you go back a couple of years ago, maybe when you were in high school, you might have seen this boy who was not as smart as you, not economically as better as you, but today, when you look back, this guy is doing much better than what you think. It's just surprising, isn't it? Would you be able to recollect somebody who's like that? And also, on contrary, you have this guy or a girl who was smarter, she had everything in her life, and she thought she's going to go places, but today when you look back, God only knows, you wonder like, how do you think this has happened to her? Okay, do you have any such people whom you could be able to recollect? That's because they have not understood how to balance things between being this and that. My friends, When my parents were competing, when they were learning, all that they wanted to do was to be better in the school. And when we started learning, all that we have to do is to be better in our university. But today, the competition is universal. When you're teaching, you need to keep in mind that you are letting letting students know where their future is. And if you don't know where your future goes, I don't think you'll be able to let them know where they have to travel. To that, I will call Dave Modi on stage.
That was really an inspiring speech.